Okay, so your other questions are, what are the 7 deadly sins and my thoughts on them? Well, we'll just go through them. Pride, the father over all sins, which is known to lead to the other ones. Greed, which makes you think you deserve everything. And then envy, which makes you think you deserve better than someone else, which is also known as jealousy. And then sloth, where you think the world owes you a living you don't have to work for. Then wrath, which gives you the feeling that you are superior and you have the right to judge people and condemn others. And then gluttony, where you think you deserve the very last and the very last and the very best. And gluttony, which also means as you overeat, which we all do. And then last but not least, lust, where you think you deserve the best out of your sexual partner, or another known as where you look at the opposite sex in a sexual desiring way. And my favorite, your last question, or not your last question, but is what's my favorite worship bands and non-worship bands. Well, I must tell you this first, that I don't listen to much other than worship, because I allow songs to define me and let songs speak to me, and I only like the ones that make me feel good and not too bad about myself, in which nowadays the worldly music or secular music, whichever you want to call it, degrades the human race and degrades their self. But here are some of the artists and their songs. But the artist Casting Crown and the songs broken together. House of Their Dreams, Dream for You, Follow Me, Heroes, All You Ever Wanted, Waiting on the Night to Fall, You Are the One, This Is Now, Thrive, Mercy, So Far to Know You, The Well, Joyful, Courageous, Jesus, Friend of Sinners, If We Are the Body, Already There, Who Am I? And then here's a few others. By anyway, Miss G. Edwards, I believe. People Get Ready, The Harlot, Something About a Broken Heart, My Soul Longs for You, I Knew What I Was Getting Myself Into. Catherine Mullins is another artist. All My Worship, Almighty Ones, Take Me In, When I Move My Body, and Jesus Calls Her, Your Love Never Fails, Holy Spirit, Wide Open, Rooftop, Break Every Chain. Well, that's all that I have time to list, but your other questions was, what was my experience when I found the Lord, first found the Lord? Well, I grew up in a Christian home, but when I decided to depart and go my own ways into the party life, And then I came back. It was like I gave my heart back to the Lord, and it was like a lift or a weight was lifted from me. I decided to give all my garbage to the Lord and leave it at the altar. And I literally stayed at the altar all for at least a good hour. And by the time I got up to leave, I was dripping and soaking wet of sweat because I was just that I was just wanting more and more of God. I was getting intimacy with God. I didn't want just a plain old relationship. I wanted to get one-on-one really into what God wanted me to do. And you know, I've come to realize that we're a work in progress while we're still here on this earth. And I may not never see myself as perfect, but the Father sees me as perfect because I am created in His image. And you know, nobody may see me as perfect, but that's okay. The Father does. And you know, I'm not as close as I used to be, but that's nobody's fault but myself, because I kind of don't nearly read the Bible as much as I should, which I'm getting back into the cycle of it. I kind of got away from praying like I used to, but I'm getting back into that too. And I'm just going to completely surrender myself to the Lord, because after all, He gave His one and only begotten Son to die on the cross for me and you, and anybody that's willing to receive Him. He's there waiting. He's never left you nor forsake you. He's always going to love you no matter what. He may not love the sin that you're in, or the sin that I may do, but He made you perfect in His image, and He made you beautiful. And that's really all I got to say. Alright. Peace. If you have any more questions, just let me know. If you want to know more bands or artists, whatever, and their songs, just let me know. I'll message you or comment, whatever. Alright. Peace. God bless.